Today's reading is giving off vibes of paranoia, of feeling like somebody's against you or somebody thinks badly of you. It's just like you're not sure, am I making this up in my own mind? Am I imagining things, or is this actually really happening? It's like you're trying to see the best in a situation, but your paranoia, or you're thinking, is it paranoia or not? Is kind of creeping in. So I feel like we're here today to just, for once and for all, put that to bed of like, is it paranoia or is it not? So we're going to look into this situation for you. Now, as this is a collective reading, it's not going to be exactly the same situation, so I will be a bit vague on certain aspects of what's happening, but it will resonate with you with certain things that I say. My voice isn't right today. I feel like I'm talking and then it stops, and then I start again and it stops. There's something about that. So I actually feel like whoever this reading is for, you're trying to communicate to somebody, but you're walking on eggshells. I almost feel like you want to say to this person, like, what's the matter? Like, are you okay with me? Is there a problem, or are you okay? But I feel like whenever you try and broach this subject with this particular person, they're just like, yeah, I'm fine. But you feel like something's changed. You can feel it. You that isn't paranoia. You know this. That's what I'm getting from this straight away. So if you needed confirmation on that, I don't feel like this is paranoia. I feel like you are absolutely spot on with how you're feeling. It's that, you know, that feeling that I'm talking about, where it's like a palpitation you're feeling, or like a gut-wrenching feeling where you're like, there's something off, but the person who it's regarding is telling you that everything's fine and nothing's changed, but you feel it. Yeah. Let's calm those nerves and see what we've got for you. So I'm going to get into your runes first of all. I want you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath. So really breathe in as deep as you can through your nose. And then exhale deeply. Let it out. And then keep your eyes closed whilst I pick these runes for you. Obviously, if you're driving, don't do any of that. And maybe come back to this video later when you can just relax, okay? Because I feel like some of this information, you might just want to really absorb it, because it's going to help you to process what's going on at the moment. And I've got this feeling that you are going to have to process an adjustment here, some kind of transition. So what we've got here, we have Largus in the reverse position. So this is a block to the emotional flow. Also a block to your intuition. So you might be feeling like your intuition is spot on, which I feel like it is, but you're not trusting it. You're not guided by it. So Ingwas is the next rune, which is saying, like, absolutely trust that first instinct that you have. Usually our first thought is the right thought. So if you look at a situation, especially if you're dealing with somebody perhaps that has narcissistic traits or something like that, you know, and let's not label everybody a narcissist. I'm talking specifically somebody who you know is gaslighting you, who is, you know, trying to convince you of things that actually aren't real or true. Just if you find yourself frowning all the time, questioning all the time, or feeling really confused, then that sounds like the type of relationship I'm talking about, where you're just going to feel blocked from being able to resolve anything yourself, but constantly trying to reassure this other person. That's what it feels like. You're not being yourself, basically. And if you're not being yourself within some kind of connection, then how can you see a future in that? Yeah, you have to be able to be yourself, to feel comfortable in just being you. But if you feel questioned all the time, or you feel like someone is pulling away from you, or suddenly they are not into the things that they said they were into before, that you're into, it's starting to get alarm bells going off, isn't it? It's starting to make you feel like, what's going on here? Like, because it almost gives off this energy of, you feel that this person is trying to get you to maybe end things with them. So it's almost like they're trying to be as shit as possible, so that you go, this isn't working for me, so that they can avoid that whole situation. However, I feel like you do have an attachment here to this person. I feel like there is, at the very beginning of this connection, it felt like there was a lot of love there, or a lot of understanding. You felt really understood in this scenario. You are really struggling to talk, aren't you? And I'm wearing blue today as well, which is the colour of communication, the colour of Vishuddhi, the throat chakra. This is the energy of like being able to speak your truth. And it's interesting, we have Isa coming through on here, which is very much about being in the moment and speaking that truth. Being present with the truth within you. And it's very hard sometimes when you see the truth, and especially for this particular collective I'm talking to, because I feel like it wasn't that long ago. Maybe it could be a year ago or even a few months ago that you came out of something that was very toxic, that made you question everything. And it feels like you've got into another connection now that has a similar vibe, but you can't quite figure out why you're so attached to this, because it's got this similar vibe. It's almost like you're like, but why did the universe put this person in front of me if I'm not meant to be with them? Like, that's really cruel. What did you do that for? I kind of feel like that's to test you. It's to test whether you can see that or not. It's almost like, let's just see if they've learned anything from the past experience, okay? Now, you're questioning things at the moment, and I don't feel like you're very content or happy in what you are in. I just saw 555 on the clock there. I'm going to put something on the page about that on this video at the end. Now, we have new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Now, if you are clinging on to something that isn't fulfilling you, isn't making you feel vibrant and good in yourself, you could be blocking yourself from this new opportunity, okay? Now, I feel like it's coming through as new opportunities and possibilities to show you that, like, maybe you're putting too much time and attention into the guesswork and being a investigator for this situation as to, like, how can I bring things back to the way they were? Well, maybe if it was an illusion in the first place, there is nothing to bring it back to. Now we have Eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles. You are far more powerful than you realise you are. You have far more discipline than you believe you can have. And I feel like this is what this test is for with you, is for you to actually turn around to this person and say, look, I'm finding it really hard at the moment. I feel like you don't want to be present with me. I feel like you don't really want to be in this with me. So perhaps we should just take a bit of a break from each other. Now, are you actually going to do that? Chair empty, someone is leaving your life. Yes, you absolutely are, because this is something that you've pinpointed in your life is actually not really bringing you anything. And it's like, what am I doing this for? It almost feels like it's become perhaps a bit comfortable, or you've got into a bit of a situation with this that you could break it anytime you want to. So why aren't you? Why aren't you? Because you're not feeling fulfilled, and I feel like you're really struggling to actually speak the truth to this person. Now we have an announcement coming through. I really want to know what this announcement is about. What is this announcement about? This could be coming from this person. Maybe things are about to shift and change, but there's an emotional block. Older woman, dealing with a relationship with an older woman. Okay, so if you're masculine here, I feel like this could be the person that you're inquiring about, or maybe this person is the person you're in a connection with. I'm getting a very irritable energy from this person. Perhaps something happened in the past, and even though they are fond of you and they like you, they're still bitter about that. They're like holding on to that. And I feel like that's making it very difficult to repair anything. So there's always a thing, and you're feeling that thing. It's like you're picking up on that and being like, how do I approach this? How do I move around this? I don't know how to actually get around this. So I feel like if you're the masculine here, I feel like the announcement's coming from you. There's something that you want to say to this person. Now, if you're the feminine here, we're getting bull. And this is, do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. So if you're the feminine in this connection, if you're inquiring about a masculine here, you actually need to be a bit more forthright in your attitude towards this person. You're very laid back and you're allowing them to guide everything, which that's a very masculine thing to do. It's fine for a feminine to, want that from a masculine. But showing strength and fortitude, you need to speak up. You need to really be present in that moment. Trust the process, because I feel like there's part of you that is blocking the emotion here as well, not just the masculine. Almost like you're mirroring them. So it's like if they seem a bit guarded, you'll be guarded. You're very intuitive as well. So you kind of pick up on energy before somebody expresses it. But you know that this masculine is the one that is not really opening up, but they might not be opening up because they're not sure how you feel. So it's kind of like a catch-22. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles. There's something here that could be more, but I see two people kind of holding back from this. But something's about to pop off. Someone is about to let go of the struggle. Now, if this resonates with you, get in touch, because we do have